American Top 40.
Well, now I have the song by the girl who went from a medium-sized recording artist to superstar by switching from new material to remaking old hits. In the late 60s and early 70s, as a member of the Stone Ponies and later as a solo act, she recorded only original songs. And a couple of them did okay. Different Drum got as high as 13, and Long Time reached number 25. But her next 4 singles, all new material, never made the top 40. So when her new producer, Peter Asher, wanted her to remake some old hits, it was okay with her. And here's what happened. She hit number 1 with Betty Everett's You're No Good. She hit number 2 with the Everly Brothers' When Will I Be Loved. She hit number 5 with Martha and the Vandellas' Heat Wave, and number 25 with the Miracles' Tracks of My Tears. Her talent, plus the judgment of super producer Peter Asher, have made her a superstar. Her latest remake and current smash was a Buddy Holly original, and it's at number 11 this week for the second week in a row. Here's Linda Ronstadt.
Well, that'll be the day.
Linda Ronstadt, the first of 3 female vocals in a row at number 11 on American Top 40 with That'll Be the Day.
Casey's Coast to Coast.
Coming up, one of the 2 current hits by the first female vocalist in the rock era to have 2 records in the top 10 at the same time.
Casey's Coast to Coast.
Now on AT40, we're up to the song by an artist who's about to take a job that'll pay her $400 a week. Ordinarily, this woman makes about $200,000 a week. But the $400 is okay with her as long as she gets to do what she wants to do. The big money she makes is from her album sales and concert appearances. That comes to about $10 million a year. Unbelievable. But having conquered the world of rock and roll, this lady's been turning her gaze toward other projects outside of rock music. And one of those outside projects will be coming up this summer in New York City. That's when Linda Ronstadt will be spending 6 weeks playing the role of Mabel in the New York Shakespeare Festival's production of Gilbert and Sullivan's operetta, The Pirates of Penzance. And for that role, Linda will be receiving the standard Actors Equity minimum of $400 a week. This week, Linda Ronstadt is in our countdown with a song she will definitely not be singing in the operetta, The Pirates of Penzance. At number 15, Hurt So Bad. Linda Ronstadt, after 3 weeks at number 8 in the countdown, falls to number 15 with Hurt So Bad.
Casey's Coast to Coast. American Top 40.
We're counting down the hits the way they're ranked on Billboard's national charts. We're up to number 5, a record that moves 4 notches by Linda Ronstadt.
It's so easy to fall in love.
The 5th most popular song in the USA, Linda Ronstadt and It's So Easy. Well, now I have the second of the 2 current hits by the first female solo artist in the rock era to have 2 records in the top 10 at the same time. That's right. And to make that achievement even more interesting, both of them are still moving up. Now, until a couple of weeks ago, only 7 acts in the rock era, all of them male, have managed to put 2 songs in the top 10, both of them still climbing at the same time. In the mid-50s, Pat Boone, Buddy Holly, Elvis Presley, Johnny Mathis, and the Platters did it. 7 years later, the Beatles did it 5 separate times during 1964. And 1 year after that, Herman's Hermits did it. Well, until 2 weeks ago, that chart feat belonged to the men. But now, superstar Linda Ronstadt has become the first lady in the rock era to put 2 songs in the top 10, each of them strong contenders for number 1 and still climbing at the same time. A moment ago, we heard It's So Easy. Now, at number 4, here's Linda Ronstadt with Blue Bayou.
I feel so bad, I gotta worry.
Linda Ronstadt and a record-breaking song, with the playing of It's So Easy followed by Blue Bayou, songs at number 5 and number 4 in the top 10 this week. That's the first time that's happened to a woman in the rock and roll era.
The hits from coast to coast. Casey's Countdown.
Well, now we're up to a Casey's Countdown Extra. The number one smash, Don't Know Much. It's by a singing star who developed a very wide taste in music, from a mother who loved ragtime and a father who loved mariachi music. Linda Ronstadt grew up in Tucson, Arizona, and she says that her wide taste in music was fully developed by the time she was 10. Many aspects of that taste came from the varied backgrounds of her mom and dad. Linda's mother was Dutch, and she always played ragtime for her children on her two favorite instruments, the piano and the ukulele. Linda's father was part Mexican and part German. He played the guitar, and like Linda's mom, he loved to serenade the family, mostly with Mexican mariachi music. When Linda started pursuing her career in music in the 60s, she began in the world of pop. But in the early 80s, true to her varied musical background, she began to explore other areas. She performed on Broadway in the Gilbert and Sullivan opera Pirates of Penzance. She teamed up with legendary bandleader Nelson Riddle for several albums of standards from the 30s and 40s. She did a country album called Trio with Dolly Parton and Emmylou Harris. And she did a couple of albums of songs influenced by the mariachi music that her father loved, including the album Canciones de mi Padre, My Father's Songs. Of course, she didn't turn her back on the world of pop. And in 1989, this many-faceted artist scored a gold single in a duet with pop and rhythm and blues star Aaron Neville. Here is that single, a Casey's Countdown Extra. Linda Ronstadt and Aaron Neville with Don't Know Much.
Look at this face.
From 1989, that's a Casey's Countdown Extra. Linda Ronstadt and Aaron Neville with their number one smash, Don't Know Much. Who'll be number one this week? We're just 6 big hits from the answer as the survey rolls on.
Casey's Countdown.